let's talk about getting information back out of a method. And in order to do that, we use the return keyword. So let's look at returning information back out of a method. So we have a sample application here. It's asking for the user's name. It's storing the user's name in a variable. Then it's saying hello to the user. What I want to do now is create a method whose job it is to ask for the user's name and get the user's name and give it back to us. So that's what we want to do now. So in order to do that, we're going to create a new method. So the easiest way is to copy this one, delete everything out of it, and give it a unique name. So its job is to ask for a user's name. And we know how to do that. We have it right here. So we're asking for the user's name and we're storing it in a variable here. So when we talked about parameters before, that is how to get information into a method. So we define them here and we pass information in from main. However, getting information back out of main, that is what we're looking at right now. And that's called the return keyword. We're returning information back out of a method so we can use it here. So when we launch our application, we're going to ask for a user's name. We get the user's name, put it in the variable. Now we need to throw the user's name back out of here and then say hello to them. Right now we can't do that because it doesn't understand what this variable means because it's defined in our method. So we need to get this out of here and define it here. So in order to do that, we set up what's called a return data type. By default here, you can see there's one on main even, and one here. It's called void. Void is like a black hole. It's like nothingness. It's nothing. But what we want to do is return our string variable here back out of the method. So we replace our nothingness, void, with string. And now we've set up a return data type here for this method, a string. And we want to return this variable here. So what we do, we take our variable and we use the return keyword. We enter a white space, put our variable, and then all lines end with a semicolon. So what is happening here? We're asking for the user's name, we're stuffing it into a variable, and then we're returning the variable out of this method. And you can see when we return the variable here, this variable is of data type string, so that needs to match our method header, which is all of this line right here. So you can see we're returning a data type string, which is our variable here. Now back out of here, so we're going back into our main method. So we're calling this, but we're not actually getting any information out of it. And we've actually done this before. You can see console.readLine. This is a method, and we're actually getting information out of it. And that's exactly how we do this. We can just do that, and everything works again. And remember before when I said this doesn't need to be the same as this, so we could just say name, for example, and you can see it still works. Because main only knows about anything defined in main. Ask for user's name only knows about things defined in here, unless you pass a parameter in or return something out. So let's go over this one more time. Actually, let's run the application so we can see. So we're running the application. What is your name? Bob. You can see hello, Bob. Quite easy. Well, it looks easy until, yes. So let's look at what's happening one more time so it makes perfect sense. We're running the application. We're asking for the user's name. So the code execution goes here. There's no parameters, so we carry on. What is your name? The user types their name here. We're storing it into a variable called name of the user. We're returning this information back out of the method, which is then stored in name. So that's the result of this method. So this name of the user, we're returning it, is the result of this method. So now that is stored in this variable called name. We're then just outputting the name to the black window and then keeping the black window open. So that is how returns work with methods in C#. So remember, parameters get information in and returning gets information back out.